Good morning, students. Welcome to EMA 1501, Unit 1, Lesson 2. In this lesson, we will focus on the cognitive theories in emergent mathematics. The first, sorry, why is it not? Sorry about that. The first theory that we will be focusing on is Piaget, followed by Vygotsky, and then Bruner. Piaget focused on learning through play. He had 4 stages of development, and he focused on using concrete materials in order to achieve concepts. For example, if you look at the first stage where the child starts stacking rings, moving on to the second stage where they can sort objects into color, into shape, and then the third stage, understanding same and different, so understanding the same colors, different colors, same shapes, and then the fourth stage, which is the formal operational stage, where they are solving problems. Vygotsky's social development theory. Vygotsky focused on the social interaction. He said during this interaction, a lot of language develops. He had a zone of proximal development, which is the difference between what the child can do independently and what they can do with help or support or collaboration with the adults or the children around them. For example, if a child can count to 10 alone, but can count to 20 with someone's help, then learning to count to 20 is in their zone of proximal development. When children are assisted by an experienced, knowledgeable adult, that process is called scaffolding. Our third theory of cognitive development is Bruner's theory of cognitive development. So here he had 3 different stages. These stages are also similar to Piaget as well as Bruner, and they both focus on the stages of development. Their similarities are also evident in Bruner and Vygotsky's theory, as they believe that social interactions, especially language, are important for cognitive growth. Bruner's theory states that the goal of education should be intellectual growth. So, for example, if we look at the 3 stages, so the first, the inactive stage, where you tell the child to just show you 5 beads. Going on to the second stage, the iconic stage, where you show them picture cards with the objects. So now you ask them to match the picture cards, the objects to the pictures. So if you show them 4 objects, they need to match it to 4 apples. And then the last stage, the symbolic stage. Here, if you show the child a number 4, they will match it to 4 blocks. They all also focused on concrete objects, so always starting with the concrete objects. Some questions for your reflection. Number 1, how do Piaget, Vygotsky, and Bruner complement each other in teaching early mathematics? Number 2, why is peer interaction important in learning mathematics? Number 3, explain the concept of the zone of proximal development in your own words. Provide an example of a math activity suitable for learners in the pre-operational stage and explain why this is important. And number 5, why is it important to consider a child's developmental stage when teaching mathematics? In our next lesson, we will focus on the pre-maths concepts. Thank you for joining this lesson. We hope you learned something new. Bye.